On April 14, 1912, the largest and most luxurious passenger ship in the world was crossing the North Atlantic Ocean. Its name was Titanic. Built by the White Star Line, Titanic was nearly 900 feet long and carried more than 2,200 passengers and crew. Many people believed it was practically unsinkable. On board were wealthy businessmen, immigrants, families, workers, and crew members. Everyone expected a safe and comfortable journey to New York. During the day, several nearby ships sent warnings about icebergs in Titanic's path. However, the ship continued traveling at nearly full speed through the icy waters. As night fell, conditions became dangerous. The sea was calm, making icebergs harder to spot, and there was no moonlight to help the lookouts. Then, at 11:40 p.m., a lookout suddenly saw a large iceberg directly ahead.
Iceberg!
The alarm bell rang. The bridge was notified immediately. First Officer William Murdoch ordered the ship to turn and reverse its engines, but there wasn't enough time. Seconds later, Titanic struck the iceberg. Many passengers barely noticed the collision. Water began rushing into the front compartments. Engineers quickly inspected the damage and realized the terrible truth. The ship could not stay afloat. Titanic's designer, Thomas Andrews, estimated that the vessel had only a few hours left. At first, passengers remained calm. Many stayed in their cabins or gathered in public rooms, unaware of the seriousness of the situation. Meanwhile, lifeboats were being prepared. The ship carried only 20 lifeboats, enough for about 1,178 people, even though more than 2,200 people were on board. As evacuation began, many passengers hesitated to leave the ship. Some lifeboats departed only partially filled, because people believed Titanic was safer than a small boat in the middle of the ocean. As time passed, water continued flooding the ship. The bow slowly sank deeper into the sea. Engineers stayed at their stations to maintain power and lighting. Eventually, panic spread across the decks. Families became separated. Passengers rushed toward the remaining lifeboats. By around 2 a.m., most lifeboats had already left. Hundreds of people remained trapped aboard. The front of the ship was now completely underwater, placing enormous stress on the vessel's structure. At approximately 2:18 a.m., Titanic's lights suddenly went out. Moments later, the ship broke apart. The bow section plunged beneath the ocean. The stern briefly rose high into the air before disappearing into the freezing Atlantic. At 2:20 a.m. on April 15, 1912, Titanic was gone. More than 1,500 people lost their lives. Those who entered the icy water faced temperatures near freezing. Most survived only a short time before succumbing to the cold. Hours later, the surviving lifeboats drifted in darkness, waiting for help. Finally, the passenger ship RMS Carpathia arrived and rescued the survivors. Out of more than 2,200 people aboard Titanic, only about 700 survived. The disaster shocked the world. Investigations later revealed several causes: excessive speed in iceberg-filled waters, too few lifeboats, communication failures, and overconfidence in the ship's safety. Continuous radio operations and improved iceberg monitoring. More than a century later, Titanic remains one of the most famous maritime disasters in history. What was once seen as the ultimate symbol of human achievement became a reminder that even the greatest creations can be vulnerable to nature. And deep beneath the North Atlantic Ocean, the wreck of Titanic still rests in silence, preserving the memory of the night that changed the world forever.